Most people think wealth is built in one lifetime, but the truly rich, they think in generations. While the average person works for money, wealthy families build systems that keep money working forever. In this video, we'll break down how rich families control, grow, and protect wealth across generations, and how you can apply the same principles. Welcome to Like Casso, where ambition becomes legacy. First, let's talk about the biggest mindset shift. They think in generations, not paychecks. A typical person asks, how much can I earn this year? Or how can I get that promotion? The wealthy family asks, how can this wealth still exist 100 years from now? Every single decision, from investments to business ventures, is filtered through a long-term lens. It's not about maximizing income for one person's life. It's about building a financial dynasty that outlives everyone. This changes the game entirely. It shifts the focus from short-term gains to sustainable, long-term growth and preservation. So, how do they actually structure this long-term vision? They build holding structures. Instead of owning a house, a business, or a stock portfolio in their personal name, wealthy families create legal entities like trusts, limited liability companies, or complex holding structures. Why? For a few critical reasons. These structures can significantly reduce taxes, protect assets from lawsuits or creditors, and simplify the inheritance process, avoiding messy family disputes. Most importantly, it keeps control centralized. The family doesn't just own assets individually. The structure owns everything. This is a crucial distinction. It professionalizes wealth management and separates the family's personal life from the family's financial engine. Next, they master the art of separating lifestyle from investments. This is a simple concept, but incredibly powerful. Middle-class families often fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. As their income grows, so does their spending. Rich families operate differently. They live off a very small, calculated portion of their wealth, often the cash flow generated by their assets. The vast majority of their capital stays invested, compounding and growing year after year. This discipline is the secret sauce to how money survives and multiplies from one generation to the next. They understand that the core capital is the golden goose, and you never, ever kill the goose. You live off the eggs it produces. This brings us to the type of assets they prioritize. They focus relentlessly on cash-flowing assets. True wealth isn't the flashy sports car or the designer wardrobe. Those are liabilities. True, sustainable wealth is built on assets that produce a steady stream of income. We're talking about businesses that generate profits, real estate that provides rental income, stocks that pay dividends, private equity investments, and even royalties from intellectual property. The rule is simple. If it doesn't produce cash flow, it's not a priority investment. It's an expense. This focus ensures that the family's financial machine is always being fueled, independent of whether someone is actively working or not. But what good is all this money if the next generation doesn't know how to handle it? This is why wealthy families educate their children about money from a very early age. In these families, children don't just inherit a bank account. They inherit a financial education. They are taught the principles of investing, how to analyze a business, how to manage risk, and the critical importance of capital preservation. They're often involved in family financial discussions, sit in on board meetings, or manage a small portfolio of their own. They know that money without knowledge is a recipe for disaster. This education is considered the most valuable asset they can pass down. Now, even with a great education, temptation can be strong. That's why many rich families control access to the money. They use trusts and other legal structures where heirs can't just withdraw millions on a whim. Instead, the funds are distributed under specific conditions. For example, money might be released at certain ages like 25, 35, and 45, or access to funds might be tied to life achievements like graduating from college, starting a business, or maintaining a certain career. In many cases, the bulk of the capital remains under the management of the family office or a professional trustee. This prevents reckless spending and protects the family legacy from a single irresponsible heir. To manage all of this, wealthy families operate like a private institution. They establish clear family rules. This often takes the form of a family constitution or a set of bylaws. These documents outline the family's mission, values, and vision. They define investment rules, protocols for joining or leaving the family business, and clear roles and responsibilities for family members. This framework ensures that decisions are made systematically and professionally, not based on emotion or personal conflicts. It prevents chaos and confusion, which can tear a family and its fortune apart. Another key strategy is global diversification. Dynastic families rarely keep all their eggs in one basket, and that includes countries. They understand that political and economic risks are real, so they spread their investments across multiple countries, hold assets in different currencies, and diversify across various industries, from technology to real estate to agriculture. If one country's economy collapses or a specific market crashes, their overall wealth is protected. This global approach provides a powerful hedge against localized disasters, ensuring the family's financial stability no matter what happens in one part of the world. Of course, they don't do all of this alone. Wealthy families build a team of professional advisors. They don't guess when it comes to taxes or legal matters. They hire the best. Their team typically includes top-tier lawyers, expert tax advisors, seasoned investment managers, and other specialists. Their wealth is managed with the same level of seriousness and professionalism as a major corporation. This expert guidance is essential for navigating the complex world of global finance, law, and tax, ensuring that every decision is optimized for long-term preservation and growth. At the highest level of wealth, these families often consolidate all this management into one entity, the family office. A family office is essentially a private wealth management firm created to serve a single family. It's the command center for their entire financial empire. This dedicated structure manages their investments, handles all legal and tax matters, oversees their various businesses, and plans the complex process of transferring wealth to the next generation. A family office turns the family from just being rich into a sophisticated, multi-generational financial institution. Finally, and perhaps most surprisingly, the wealthiest families prioritize preservation over status. Many of the world's richest families live remarkably ordinary lives. You won't see them flaunting their wealth with constant flashy spending or a reckless lifestyle. Why? Because they live by one simple, unbreakable rule. Wealth is far easier to keep than it is to rebuild. Their primary goal isn't to impress others. It's to ensure the money lasts. They understand that true power lies not in showing off wealth, but in quietly compounding it for centuries. Here's the hard truth. Most fortunes disappear within 3 generations. Not because of bad luck, but because there was no system behind the money. Rich families don't just create wealth. They create structures, rules, and a culture of education that protect it. If you want your money to last longer than your lifetime, you have to start thinking like a dynasty, not like someone living paycheck to paycheck. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Like Casa for more strategies on wealth, mindset, and legacy. Because real success isn't just about getting rich. It's about staying rich for generations.